I mean, just from this podcast, you know, I'm not much of an outspoken person.
Nope.
And he is.
Yep.
And I think that is definitely one of the things that attracted me to him is just his charisma and initial attraction, for sure.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of Dads on Purpose, the podcast. I'm your host, Josh Ashford, man. And as always, we got the homie KB, Mr. Kevin Brigance. What's going on, bro?
What's up, baby? I had to do an extra one for the wifey. What's going on, y'all?
Brother, y'all see the way he leaned in? That was like, if we was boxing, that was a haymaker, because the way he leaned into that mic right there. Oh, man, they hate us. We got two amazing guests with us. First of all, happy New Year, Christmas, New Year.
New Year. Yeah, New Year.
It's gonna be a long show, y'all. Happy New Year. I really wanted to like end the year with the wives so they can tell us, you know what I'm saying, well, what we did and didn't do. You know what I'm saying? We might try to get some report cards in here or something like that and see. I don't know. I don't really know what's gonna go with this show. But would you like to introduce yourself, lady next to me, wife?
I'm Erica. I don't know what you want me to say.
You're
Josh's wife.
That's good. They'll be like, hey, Josh. Hey, Josh's wife.
I don't know what else you want me to say. You didn't warn me about this.
You don't know how to introduce yourself. Can y'all hear her? Because she's really far away from the mic.
Turn the mic up a little bit.
No, she needs to scoot closer to the mic. I'm trying to help you. Help me help you.
See, you did that.
Yeah, take it away, man.
Take where we going?
Are you going to introduce your wife?
Oh, introduce yourself, lady.
Golly, bruh. You know what? I'm about to end it. I'm not really about to end it, but go ahead.
Hi, Dalena. His wife.
What do you do, Dalena?
I'm an educator.
In education. What do you like, Dalena?
What do you mean? What do I like?
Like, what is your favorite thing in the world?
Besides Kevin.
You took her answer.
Family time.
Do y'all, and this is a rhetorical question because this is for people that listen to the podcast, but do y'all see why we do the podcast and they do the other things? Yeah, if looks can kill. Looks can kill.
Yeah.
But anyways, no, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I really am. Because I feel like we talk a lot about like our wives on the show, more so me than Kev. Like, not in I tell more stories about my wife. That's the way I'm gonna put it. Because I didn't want to make it seem like
Kev, you need to go back and listen to the episodes, Erica.
I wasn't trying to make it seem like Kev was on, you know what I'm saying, Match.com or eHarmony or something like that. I was just saying that like I tell more stories that involve you than Kev. Like that's it.
Okay.
Do I need to end the show?
Yeah.
No. They're like, yeah. Just move on.
But Erica, you might want to check a couple of those episodes.
Oh, I've been listening to them.
What'd you hear?
Just things.
What'd you hear? Tell me something you heard so I can know that you're listening.
I really liked the one with Wags. Wags? What? Taylor? What?
Wait, words.
Wags. I really liked that one.
Words. Yeah, words. That's the big homie. Yeah. Dalena, do you listen to the show?
Every time y'all record. I'm here every time.
Well, so their room is literally behind that wall right there.
I go to it on the other side of the house.
And he's not quiet. So
no.
That's the best personality though, right? I gotta be myself.
Yo, tell me this. Here's actually where I want to start because we were going down a rabbit hole. No, it's not even a bad place to start. Like I literally want you guys to tell us like what is something you wish somebody told you before you got married, or something you wish you knew. Like even not if somebody told you, but something you wish you knew. Not related to me because that's a whole different book. Like that's a.
I think it's hand in hand. It could be.
No, I'm different. I'm different.
Okay.
What you got, Dalena?
I don't know. I'm like,
I got one.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I knew how tired I would be. No joke.
You got to elaborate because that could mean a whole bunch of things.
I know. But like, I mean, I guess you hear people talk about it. And like how there's so many things, especially for women, you get bogged down with all the things that you have to do. And, you know, you're young, you don't really think about it. And then you get married and all the stuff starts to pile up and you got to take care of your priorities. And then you really figure out what is a priority, what you have to worry about, what goes to the bottom of the list. And that's exhausting. And I just think, you know, when I was younger, I didn't realize how tiring marriage and being a mom would really be.
I don't know if I should be offended.
Part of life.
Well, tell me this. So
I think.
Dalena, do you want to go or what do you want to do?
No, I'm pondering.
See, that's like that. For y'all don't know, Dalena is education administrator. I'm not trying to say, I'm just trying to put your business all out there. You know what I'm saying? And so there might be students that have to visit her sometimes, but I feel like that was one of those answers, like when a student gives like a answer and she's just like trying to figure out like how she gonna, like, am I gonna, you know what I'm saying? Am I gonna give you a warning or am I gonna give you a ticket?
Yeah. She gotta think about the punishment before you get it.
Like, you know what? But anyways, so if someone would have told you like that, or that you would have realized like you would have been that tired, like what would have changed though?
I don't know that it would have changed anything per se. Just awareness. I don't know. Maybe it would have changed.
What would have changed?
I don't know.
You pick a different career, a different husband.
Oh.
No. No, I'm just saying like it might have changed. It would have changed my perspective probably and how I prepared for things. Because now I'm learning how to really go about some things and how to prioritize. Again, it's one of those things that people kind of talk about surface level, but they don't ever, I feel like, dig into it. At least nobody in my life really dug into that. And I feel like you see your parents and others around you. And there was something on Christmas. We were just all sitting around kind of winding down the day. And I was like, whew, now I understand why my parents were always exhausted at the end of Christmas. And I was like, it's been a great day, a wonderful time. I've enjoyed it, but I am tired. These kids need to go to bed.
I mean, have you ever felt like that, Dalena? Like just marriage is tiring, parenting is tiring.
Yes, both are tiring, but I
we need
think
to scoot the mic closer.
For me, I feel like I don't know if I wish somebody would have told me this or if I just wish I would have done this before getting married, but really prioritizing getting my life together. Does that make sense? Before joining with another person and then we're trying to figure out life together. I mean, It is what it is, but
was it bad?
There were good moments. Okay, honestly.
But I wouldn't have rather do it with anybody but you, baby.
I agree. However,
Kev.
All right.
We are.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Okay.
Tell them to focus. I just feel like anybody going into marriage, you kind of need to have yourself together and at a certain stage in life before you try to.
But do you really though? It's like Here's my thing, because I don't know, and I'm not trying to discredit what you said or discount that or anything like that, because I think it is important. Like I do believe, like if we say it you say it all the time, but like if we would have got together earlier, it wouldn't have worked out. You know what I mean? Just because we weren't as sure of what we wanted in a spouse, I guess, or in general. But I mean, I think once we were in our 30s, it was more, I don't want to say, I would say it was more clear than it was before. And so we were able to make that commitment. You know what I mean? But for you guys, you know what I mean? You guys got to married. You guys got to married. That's a new word. Hey, are y'all to married?
Y'all to
married? When y'all got together, you guys were younger. And you kind of had to learn together, though.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I know Kev, go ahead. I'm going to let you go, Kev. But I know Kev made that sacrifice. So, Dalena, so you could fulfill your dream, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder, like, if you would have done that earlier, would your bond be as strong? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you did that on your own without him, without Kendall, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I often used to think about that, because I always tell younger people now, like, dude, you trying to wait until you get yourself together. But at some point, God put me with Dalena for a reason. Like, God had us together for a reason. And when we decided to get married at that point, it wasn't because of what she had going on in her life and what her background was, or what she, I loved her. And I feel like if God gave me her, and he gave me somebody that fulfilled a lot of my voids and the things that I needed to be the man that I needed to become. Because if it wasn't for her, Odyssey Inc. wouldn't have like flourished. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have gotten to be the community educator that I am, because it took me to support her and then her to support me. Now, was it rocky at times? Absolutely. Like, I wouldn't wish our like on anybody, because it was our experience. Does that make sense? Yeah. And who could handle the experience that we handled to where we can sit now at 13 years of marriage, and sometimes we want to cry and complain, but then we could look back and say, dang, look where God brought us from. Like, we weren't supposed to make that bill. We weren't supposed to keep that car. We weren't supposed to be happy. We weren't supposed to, have certain things in our lives where we could look at now and say, wow, God has not only put us together for a reason, but we're able to see all of that up until this point, even at the times that, not that we wanted to quit, but there's been some times that she was really, really, really like, Negro, what are you doing with your life? What are we doing with, this organization? Like,
that's why she was worried about them deals.
Yeah, man.
Deals wasn't getting paid. Kev out here playing Super Mario Smash Brothers and Dalena in school.
but it's been a blessing for us to have that type of foundation just for our marriage. And I think God put us uniquely together, and our situation is unique. Now, I don't think that you'll always have it together, but I think you should have a plan. Does it make sense? Like, you should have some kind of dream, some kind of like, if she didn't have a dream in education and be an educator, then we would have had bigger issues, because I have a dream, and my dream is trying to flourish, but she's not chasing after anything or something that'll make her happy, if that makes sense. I think each person needs to have something that they're pursuing and trying to go after, so that you both can flourish together. Because if you're just really trying to support one person and that person be that person, you're not having anything to do. I think that's when you start getting the conflicts that come that knock out marriages. I think that's what really happens, because somebody's not.
I think it depends on the couple, because. And why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just looking.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you both should be sold out to whatever the goal is. You know what I'm saying? So like, whether that is okay. So if you guys both have Odyssey Inc., and then, Dalena wants to go and be a principal or whatever capacity you want to be in. You want to be in administration. Boom. I don't think anything's wrong with both of you guys having that. But at the same time, if Dalena wants to be, a stay-at-home mom, but you want Odyssey Inc., I think that you both should be sold out to the goal and attacking that in whatever way you see fit as a couple. And so I think there's ways to. Why you looking at me like that? I felt a piercing look.
But I agree.
No.
I agree, Josh.
At you.
I agree, Josh, and that's why I say I don't think that we have this thing that we are ready, right? Because even if you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, what is going to be the game plan in order for you to be a stay-at-home mom? Because if I'm chasing this dream and this is where we know this is what it's going to take to chase this dream, then what is our expectations of where we're going to be 6 months from now? What is our expectations where we're going to be a year from now? Yeah. And I think to me, it doesn't matter what you choose to do, just be sold out on it. Hey man, being a stay-at-home parent, period, is hard work, whether you're a woman or a male. Like, I know when I was at home with Kendall, cleaning bottles, it seemed like it was a never-ending thing, right? You play with your kid, you put them to sleep, you cleaning. Yeah. You play with your kid, you put them to sleep, you watching it. So regardless of what you choose to do, you gotta be, like you said, sold out behind it regardless and have a plan, because it's not gonna be, and that's what I try to get people to understand too. Like, y'all's marriage is not gonna look like our marriage, and our goals are gonna look different than your goals. We might want a ranch house with 20 acres, and you just want, a 5-bedroom house on 1.5 acres. It's not gonna look the same, but we have to, like you said, be sold out on what our. I'm gonna drink my wine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I could tell. Sorry, this randomly hit my head, but I was gonna ask Dalena first, but I think I could ask you. No, Dalena, what attracted you to Kev first? Was it the bald head? Because I know he was bald in college.
I was going to say, has he always had that bald head?
No,
Kevin
he actually
had hair. Middle school.
He had hair.
We did have hair. I did.
He had hair.
I had a bald fade, baby.
He can't even remember the last time he had hair.
But I heard him. Can you imagine that? Before I saw him, that's the first thing that attracted me to him. I heard him. His voice is magnetic. When you hear him talking to someone, you just have to go see who that is. And that's exactly what happened.
Where'd you hear him speaking at? Like, was he just talking to somebody?
He was at work. He worked at Old Navy in college, and I went in to shop, and I heard his loud voice. He was talking to somebody and cackling. And I was like, who is this dude that is so loud? And that's how I met him. And then we just ended up running into each other on campus because we both took the same class, same course. And it's history from there. But after our first date, I knew he was who God had for me.
Way back then?
Shut up. Yeah. After our first date, I knew.
Girl.
So,
it was Applebee's. It was not anything.
It was good.
Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on the date night.
It was good though. I think what really helped though, y'all, and I tell a lot of young men when I met my wife, I was honest. Like, I was in a place in my life where I needed change and I wanted change, and there was a lot of things going on. And when I met her, I was ready for a new step. So when we went to Applebee's, it was no holds bars. I was like, hey, this is where I'm at in my life. I'm trying to move on. If you want to ride with me, we can ride. If you don't, I understand. But I really wanted to be honest and open of, hey, I'm trying to move on from certain things in my life, and I really like you. I really would love to get to know you. But this
on
is
the first date?
Hey, bro.
Yeah.
He knew.
He's an oversharer. You should know that.
No, but I know. But on the first date,
first date,
you
bro.
You gotta
he
eat.
Didn't ease into it.
Hey, look, shawty.
Yeah. Hey, this is what we trying to do. Like,
I appreciated the honesty.
yeah. And I wasn't in a rush. Like, I think a lot of people, when they're looking for the one or the person, they're in a rush. And you can ask her for the time that we met all the way up until the time we got married. I didn't try to put a title on who we were. It was, we cool, we friends. I would always go out with her family and they're like, who are you? Hey, I'm just her friend. And then in like a couple of weeks later, she was like, my people want to know, like, what are we doing? I'm like, we just friends. Like, go hang out with whoever you want to go hang out with. Go date whoever you want to go date. Like, just, and when the time became right for us, the time was right. Like, literally, when we proposed was right. When we got married was right. Even though, it doesn't look like everybody else's, right? It doesn't.
But you was also like what, 25?
Yeah, I was 25. Okay. You were 24 or 23.
Yeah. Okay. So, because I'm thinking about me, and I'm like, ain't no way, Doc. Ain't no way. I remember, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me for being personal, but you know what I'm saying? My wife here, and I can tell old stories, whatever. But, you know what I'm saying? Long time ago, long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I was dating somebody that, you know who this is. I was dating somebody I shouldn't be dating. And I brought up the fact that I think if you're dating someone, you should just be dating that one person. And something told me I should have left at that moment because the look on her face was like,
wait, what?
Like, oh, you see, you know what I'm saying? And so that was me at that time. And clearly they were not at that point. And yeah, I was just at, like you said, like Kev was at that stage in his life at 25. So for me, this was, hell, I might have been, no. Anyways, I was like 27. Anyway, what is it? But I was at that point where I was just like I know what I want. And so I think I did the same thing Kev did to a couple people and they was gone. Praise God. But listen, because somebody told me that and I don't know if this is true and y'all can confirm or not, but when a guy is ready to marry, it's easy for him to find someone to marry. But when a woman is ready to marry, it takes some time because now she has to find a dude that's ready to get married. Otherwise, she seems desperate or what's the third? Well, not thirsty is not the right word, but is that Dalena? Is that no? Nobody else?
I got a question though. Did you know you were ready to get married?
I just asked a question.
But I mean that question.
Cannot interrupt his question.
Go ahead and answer the question.
What was the question?
All I was asking was, is that a true statement that when a guy is ready to get married, it's a lot easier for him to find somebody if he's not currently dating someone, and it is for a lady to find someone when she's ready to marry?
I don't know the answer to that, but could it be our
I think there are a lot more
women in the sea than men, and so it's easier for men to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also, women mature.
That's what
quicker than men, and so if I'm at 25 and I'm ready, and you're at 25, you're probably not going to be ready when I am. So that can make it harder for a woman.
Okay. I was just curious. Kev, what's your question?
No, because I don't think
he said.
My question was, did you know you were ready when you met me? Because we didn't get married immediately. We spent 3 years really dating and having fun.
Right.
Having fun. We had some fun, y'all. Right. So we spent 2 to 3 years having fun. And I think for me, even that first conversation wasn't necessarily I was ready to get married. I wanted to get my life together. I got tired of being treated wrong. I got tired of not being loved. I got tired of it was a me situation, and I was trying to live for me. Yeah. And I invited Dalena in to live with me. Did I change?
No.
Hey, never change. She came with my homeboy, same thing. Me and her, same way. I didn't want to be fake. And so that's to me what got us to marriage. It wasn't the fact that I was ready to be married. I really just wanted to live a different life that was more healthy for myself, because what I was living before her was chasing somebody else's life and chasing somebody else's dream and uplifting them. So I think people, and I can't say this for all people, but my question is, are you ready to be married, or are you ready to love yourself first so that you can be married? And what do I mean by that is, a lot of times we're in love with loving other people, but we're not in love with loving ourselves. So when that person doesn't love us once we get married the way that we want to be loved, then we have issues. You're not doing this for me. You're not doing that for me. And we used to do this and we used to do that. But what do you really enjoy doing? And so I got to experience what I enjoy doing. Dalena got to experience what she enjoys doing. And when we got married, the boys was like, hey, we going out? I was like, where are we going? You know, I now have this checklist because I know, hey, baby, she gonna roll with me because we're gonna be back at 2. Or, oh, this gonna be a 7, 8 o'clock in the morning type deal. She gonna be at the house. And, hey, man, we had a good time. We had a good time.
But Kev, so what, I mean, you kind of glossed over something though, man. And I think if y'all go back and listen to the Quest Green episode, he'll talk about that one as far as like marriage. But you talked about people getting married and not, you know what I'm saying, not being loved the way that they wanted to be loved. But I think a lot of that has to do with people looking for someone else to make them happy.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so if you don't know how to make yourself happy, like, bro, I can't help you.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can try. But hey,
real,
hold on. Pause. I never asked you the question. Look here, you know what I'm saying? This is a family show, but you ain't gonna get off like that. What you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? That's a trick question though, because let's go back to the beginning. But originally, you know what I'm saying, when you were looking at the kid.
Oh, like in college?
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy.
Yeah.
It's your personality and your charisma and your for people who know us, we're pretty opposite.
Very opposite.
Very opposite. I mean, just from this podcast, you know, I'm not much of an outspoken person.
Nope.
And he is.
Yep.
And I think that is definitely one of the things that attracted me to him, is just his charisma and initial attraction, for sure.
Okay, let's go to the marriage. Like,
so when we actually started dating,
fast forward 12 years later.
Fast forward to 12 years. It was really your heart to serve your family, your community.
My family?
Yeah, your family.
You didn't know my family?
I did enough.
All right.
I knew you were involved with your family and the level of commitment that you had to your family. And
you knew my family and still want to get married.
Well, yeah. Here we are.
No shade. I love my family life, bro. You
knew my family and still wanted to get married.
Not true. I knew 2 people.
Well,
and I didn't know which one was which.
Those 2 didn't deter you. Those are the 2 that are probably the most prominent in our lives. I mean, they live less than 5 minutes away.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. Kev, you was trying to say something. My bad.
I forgot.
It's because you're drinking all that liquor. See, look, this is a family show, and we usually don't. We generally do not drink on this show.
Celebrate.
Well, I want to say we. I say Kev. I usually drink on the show.
Now, I'm curious. I'm curious because we asked a question like, what are some things that stands out about us? Like, what is it about marriage that makes you excited? Like, how does marriage help you through tough times? Like, has marriage really, like, because I think about a lot of times we talk about people struggling, and oftentimes those people are usually either by themselves. But I'm curious, like, does marriage help you in tough times, like through COVID, through the pandemic? Has it helped you through even just any personal tough times Erica, in your life? Has marriage been one of those things to kind of keep you going and pushing forward?
For real, had I been single through COVID, I think it would have been really, really rough. I really close. I already, in being single, felt this like empty loneliness feeling. And I could not imagine going through COVID and being single, whether I was living by myself or had roommates. I could not imagine that. And then also on top of that, over the last 2 years, I mean, our youngest is 18 months old now.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Something like that. And he was probably not, really aware of it, but I started experiencing postpartum depression, and that was in the middle of 2020. And I was not very open about it. But I started having weird dreams. I started having anxiety while I was driving, just really random things. And I didn't talk about it very much. But I eventually told him that I wanted to talk to my doctor about it. And were you kind of caught off guard by it? No. Okay. Anyway. So finally talked to my doctor about it, but once I brought it up to him, he was supportive, and understood it.
Say your piece. Keep going.
But again, I don't think I could have gone through the last 2 years single, for real.
Is it my turn?
Sure.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew. Again, going back to knowing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like knowing your spouse and whatever. So like me,
yeah,
I get a rap for just saying whatever's on my mind, which is true. That's fine. It's not a rap. That's what it is.
Not always a good thing.
Yeah. But so here's my thing. This is the way my mind works. Like, I'm going to tell you what's up, and it might not be the right way to get it out, but I'm going to get it out. And so then we can deal with it. That's just the way I operate. And so if there's something wrong, I'm going to let you know there's something wrong, and then we can deal with it. If I don't say something, there's a reason I don't say something. But generally speaking, I'm just like, if I'm going through it, I'm going to let you know. My wife, and like, I can ask her, like, what's wrong? Well, what's wrong? What's wrong? She's like, nothing. Well, what's wrong? Well, nothing's wrong. Well, now I'm getting mad that you're asking me what's wrong. Well, I know something's wrong, so why are you not telling me that something's wrong? And so then now we're in a fight. So what do look, yo, bruh, if you want to hold it in, if you want to go over there, eat it up, you want to ruin yourself, do what you want to do. And whenever you want to talk about it, we can talk about it. But me, I know that she ain't gonna talk even if I ask her. So what's the point of me asking? I'm not about to waste my time.
You did. There were some times you were like, something's wrong with you.
That must have to be a bad moment.
He really did. But I think for me, it's not about, like, I don't necessarily want to talk about it. It's that I gotta think it through myself before I'm able to really vocalize what I feel and what I'm going through. And sometimes that takes a while.
You need to learn a journal or something, like.
Probably.
Write your feel. Look, Kevin, Dalena, they text. Like, it'd be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Kevin texts Dalena, a paragraph.
You want a whole book?
I don't want any writing because I don't like to read. So there's that. You can send me a video. Send me a Snapchat. Mm-hmm. Just like, hey, it's me.
She said, so she says, I won't ask her what's wrong. But when I do ask her what's wrong.
You don't ask me what's wrong.
Ooh.
I believe her.
Hold on. We need Kendall to come. Where's Kendall at?
If he knows something is wrong, he won't ask. And he knows something is wrong.
And sometimes, tell me if I'm wrong, but sometimes it's about how you ask, not what you ask.
There you
because
go.
So many times Josh will say, what's wrong with your face?
That's what I think about. I understand. I know that's not what I should be asking. I think about it, and I don't think about a different way to ask what I need to ask.
Until after
she's given me the
A whole
answer,
list.
but none of them seem appropriate when because it's like you do a weird thing with your face. What's wrong with your face? Like, what's going on? What's wrong?
Well, I would prefer what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, because if I say what's going on, that's so vague, and I'm like, and then you know, like, what's wrong? It's like if I say what's wrong with your face, you'd be like, I don't know, the kid just farted. You know what I mean? Like that's more direct.
But is it so hard to be like, you know what? You really made me mad. Or you know what? We need to talk about XYZ.
She's not gonna want to talk about nothing.
But I can say that. But do I have to be the one that initiates that every time? Do I have to be the one when you know something is wrong? When you know you're wrong, why do I have to be the one that says, well, this is why I'm mad at you, or this is why my face looks like this?
I feel like there's
if you
more
care, you should ask.
I love you.
I know.
I love you.
I want to know what Kev did, because Kev did something.
Nothing.
See, that's what it is.
Nothing.
he thinks he does nothing. Woo, he's perfect, y'all. That's what it is.
But it's okay. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to that though. Like, Kev, does Kev always have to ask, or do you just not ask ever?
The second one.
What was the second one?
Not ask ever.
Oh, okay.
For me, I would be okay with, hey, it seems like something's wrong. When you're ready to talk about it, let me know.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
I'm gonna tell you right now why this doesn't. I'm gonna tell you exactly why this question.
Yeah, get that down.
No. I'm gonna tell you exactly why this doesn't get asked, like, by me. Because in our household, there is never a good time for you to talk.
No, not usually.
So there's never a point where me asking that is going to get an answer. So like
you can text it to me, like you said.
What I'm gonna text you? Hey, you want me to text you? Like, oh, hey, is there something we need to talk about?
You say like, hey, seems like something's wrong. Let's find a time to talk.
You in the house with me.
If I'm busy with the girls or I gotta go to bed because I gotta get up early.
See, I think that sounds like something that I think we could even use in our house. I think if we made time in our day for actual, just like, hey, this is just a moment for us to talk. What's because for me, I'd rather it be like a conversation. Hey, what's up? How was your day? You know, if I ask you how your day was, that's an opportunity to me. That's an opportunity to say, you know what? I didn't have a good day, or something you've done.
What?
Because I do say, hey, baby, how your day is?
Okay, but when you ask how my day is, I'm thinking I've been at work all day. You're asking me about that. Why are you not asking me about what you did this morning or what you didn't do this morning?
Because I don't know what I did this morning or what I do this morning.
That's the problem.
He's already moved on.
See what I live with?
Kev's problem is he ain't petty enough. Like, I'm petty. So like, I know. If I mess up, I know I messed up. You know what I'm saying? But I just ain't gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
See if she noticed.
And see, I guess those kind of because it's not that I try to do things maliciously, right? It's not like I love my wife. I want my wife to be happy. I want her like my desire. I try to love myself in such a way that I want to see my wife just as happy as I am. Does that make sense? And sometimes my level of where I am, and some things that may bother her in that moment, it's not bothering me because I'm just like, I'm on another, I'm not thinking about that. You know, I'm not thinking about, and then I have to check myself eventually and be like, but that was important to her. You know what I mean? And I have to check myself because I mean, you can ask her. I'm very optimistic. I don't like arguments. I don't like fights. I'd rather us just blow that off and focus on the things that we can or that's in front of us. And so it oftentimes make it bad because she knows, I believe she knows that it's not the things that I do that makes her upset. It's not because I want to make her mad or upset. It's just those are some traits. Those are some bad habits. Those are some things that I need to really focus on working on that I haven't. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all.
But if you don't talk about them or acknowledge them, how you gonna fix them?
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all for joining the podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all.
That was the moral of the story.
Well, what was I about to say? I was gonna say because what Kev was talking about. So like, what you got some examples
Of what?
of like stuff that I would do besides the "what's wrong with your face" like thing that like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Get under my skin?
or like things that I might necessarily not know that I do. Hell, I might know that I do them.
I think that's it.
The dishes in the sink. Hey,
I think
listen,
that's it though.
I'm not
There's
putting
some
no
things
dishes in the sink. You can rearrange them.
There's some things
What's
that
the
you
point?
do, but there's some things that you do that makes her mad that you don't know that you do because y'all ain't talked about it.
No, it's the
We
dishes.
talked about it.
It's me putting dishes in the sink because I will put a perfectly dirty dish in the sink when there's an empty dishwasher. Now, here's the thing: we use a lot of awkward shaped. What's the word?
Tupperware.
Thank you. So she already know what I'm about to say. Like, and so look, if I put it in there, I'm gonna just put it in there.
That's fine.
And then go about my day. But like if I don't know how to get it to fit, I'm just gonna.
Here's the thing, though.
I don't never know if it's clean or if it's dirty. So that what you want me to open it every time?
Yeah. And put it in the dishwasher. Even if I'm using, I don't know what dish I'm gonna use later. I might have to rearrange the dishes I put in there.
If we follow my
It's like
system,
Tetris.
we wouldn't have this problem.
It's like Tetris. You got to make it work.
If you follow my system, we wouldn't have this problem.
You asked the question.
What's your system?
That was my answer.
What's your
She don't
system?
like my system. My bachelor system.
Because it's the bachelor system. You
Look.
use one dish and you wash it and you set it to the side.
That's it. I use the same dish, same
And
cup, same spoon,
I
same
say
fork.
wash loosely.
I rinse it off. Look, I rinse it off and then I'll wash it every couple times.
Rinse it off.
Rinse it.
No,
But see, I think we've handled those like household chores a little differently. For us, it's just been like, hey, I got the kitchen. Now that kitchen might not get clean, but it's mine, right? It's my responsibility. And she doesn't
You see your
complain,
wife's face.
but she won't complain. She don't.
I want you to look at your wife's face and tell me that you're telling the truth right now.
I am telling the truth. Am I telling the truth?
He'll put the dishes in the dishwasher. He won't wipe down any counters. I'll do that.
Ooh.
That's okay. Tag team. She already know what they're doing.
But my hopes are up because then you're like, I clean the kitchen. And I'm like,
Okay, that means I need to change my vernacular. I
wash the dishes.
I clean the dishes, right? But even then, like when it comes to washing clothes, that's her thing. She wants to wash her clothes. So I'm not going to complain about clothes not being washed, folded, or put away. Like you handle it. Because if I complain about it, that means that I need to pick up. I need to fold. So I'm not going to complain about clothes not being folded when I can take, support her and help her. And that's, I think, for me.
are you okay?
You okay? I think Josh drowned in this.
Oh, listen, because I was like, we're talking about laundry, and I was just thinking about the laundry we just did.
It was a mountain.
But listen, it was a mountain for like a week and a half, 2 weeks in our room, like in a corner of clean clothes, and
We were folding it together.
No. So no, before this, but go throughout the process of the weeks, I would like in my head, I'd be like, man, why the hell she ain't folding them clothes? But I knew that 3/4 of them clothes was mine.
We were folding them. And I look over and I'm like, look at that pile of stuff that's yours.
I just didn't want to fold them.
For 2 weeks, he was complaining about the laundry.
I didn't complain.
You did.
I did not. I would look at it just like, man, when's she gonna do that laundry?
That's
That's
funny.
I just spilled my drink.
So there was one day, just a little bit of a turn here. There was one day I swept the floor. I cleaned the floors or something. And he made the comment of, I don't know what to do. Like to clean. And
I don't
he said,
remember this conversation.
why don't you just make me a list? Do you really want a whole list of things that you can clean?
I do not remember this conversation. Why would I want a list?
I
know what to clean.
That's what you said.
This was one of your nightmare dreams.
No.
Yeah.
It probably was an opportunity of you being petty.
I think so. That's why I'm asking.
Was the kids home?
Yeah.
Was I doing something?
No, I don't think so.
Look, I
was doing something.
Let me go on the record right now. I'm gonna go on the record right now. Do not ever give me a list of things to clean. Just
okay. Glad to know.
That's the most ridiculous thing ever. I know how to clean.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Because you know how.
What's that time say? 58.
What is
06.
What does that mean?
I'm just, notating when you said you know how to clean.
That's gonna be the time after I edit it.
That's fine. I'll take 8 minutes off.
We didn't start at 8 minutes.
Whatever, I'll find it. He knows how to clean.
What? She gonna clip it on her phone and you gonna say something. She gonna be like,
just gonna have this ready to go.
Y'all, I wish I took pictures. So she been home all week and the girls been home all week. I wish I took pictures of what the living room looked like after I done came home from working 15 hours. You know what I'm saying?
More like 2, if that.
The fact of the matter was I wasn't at the house.
You chose to leave the house.
I needed to leave. Listen, I was at the office and there's only 5 of us there. I was like, my wife and kids at the house for all week. I was like, I got to stay here at the office for a little bit.
Exactly.
Bernie Mac. I'm just saying what y'all want to say.
Talking about the kids.
We was going somewhere. I promise you. Not like in real life, but with this conversation. I forgot.
The living room was a mess when you got home.
I'm just talking about in general. I'm not talking about in this specific topic.
It's looked like a tornado hit it every single day.
Yeah. Clean it up.
Yeah, I do it when they go to bed.
Did you clean up tonight?
No, because we started doing this.
It's already clean.
Oh, thanks. Good job. Way to help out. Look, I have to put the 3-year-old to bed. So
I'm curious. Like, do y'all have like a good cop, bad cop situation over there with you guys having 2 kids?
Your answer is gonna be yes.
What?
Do we have a good cop, bad cop?
I don't think we have a good cop, bad cop. I think my patience is longer with them.
It depends on the day. I'll say that. It depends on the day. And also who has had to deal with the 3-year-old more.
Who is she more like? The youngest.
Who is she? What more? What?
Who is she like in terms of personality? Who she more like?
Yeah, personality.
Depends on how long she knows you.
Well, that's true. That's true. So in that regard, I would say me, because she's a little bit more reserved around people till she knows them. But she comes out of her shell once she knows people.
She's smart, and I don't like it.
She's really smart. She's like me.
She be asking, like she be noticing things that she shouldn't be noticing. I know it's nothing bad, but it's just like, oh my goodness. Like we'll be like, what it was. I was like, hey, Jocelyn, are you gonna drink that water that you left over there? She's like, no, Daddy, this is juice. Or you know what I'm saying? Or like, or she'll leave something like a day and a half ago, be like, Jocelyn, where did you put it? Oh, I put it in the pink bag in the living room in the corner. What? But that's what Erica did. What did I ask you for the other day? Super glue.
Mhm.
I said, "Where's the super glue?" She said, "In the laundry room, in the back drawer, right next to the vacuum."
Mhm.
I would have never found that.
But you did very quickly because I knew exactly
I would
where it
have.
was.
I would have never. And then and so Anyways,
Yeah.
so, but good cop, bad cop. Yeah. I honestly, I think my patience is more with them, and unless if I'm having an off day, yeah. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Or if they get on my nerves, sometimes the dad voice come out. But generally, I'm really, you can't see my hand.
Mm.
I mean, I would say generally, I don't really yell.
Yeah, there's no good cop, bad cop. I don't think.
Yeah.
I'm the good cop.
I don't think, do we have a
Okay.
good cop, bad cop? No, because Kendall will come and tell me something and I immediately be texting Dalena like, hey.
Because you a snitch. Snitches get stitches.
Call it what you want.
But I am more of the enforcer.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make you a bad cop.
No, I just think
Because I support you 100%.
Yeah.
You enforce those rules.
The look on Kev's face, like, I support you. We did, right? I'm gonna do the dishes.
I don't know that he's supporting me, but that's okay.
No, I'll be like, what your mama say? Whatever your mama say, that's what we doing.
Bruh, these kids, like the big one, the 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
She tries.
I don't know. Listen, Linda, listen.
Mama said
So it was last night.
today, every day.
No, but last night. So you went to go put Jordan to bed, and I was like, Jocelyn, I was like, it's time to go to bed. And she was like, she just starts crying. And I'm just like, hey, baby girl. I was like, I know you're upset, you know what I'm saying? But hey, it's time to go to bed. Like, yo, it's time to go to bed. She's just like, but mama said I could play for 5 minutes. I was like, well, why didn't you just tell me that? I was like, you could play for 5 more minutes if mama told you that. And she's like, okay. So she goes back playing. Erica comes out of the hallway. I can't even say hi, Erica. Justin's like, Daddy said I could play for 2 more minutes. The hell I did.
Yep.
He was like, Daddy said I could play for 2 more minutes. Oh, no, what?
She got y'all.
Or she's been trying this for a couple months. Like, if I say no, she'll just go to Mama, can I? Anyways,
She tries.
y'all ready to get out of here?
Are you?
No, I'm just asking a question. I still got beer. I gotta edit this, so I mean, it don't make me no. Never mind. I don't got nowhere to be. I'm off tomorrow. Finally.
Literally, he came home and said, I don't know if I did any work today.
I did do work. Do you see the videos? Kev, are you on Facebook? Did you see the videos I made of the girls?
That's what he did at the office.
Like 2-3 hours.
That was hard work.
Bruh.
Look, it came out of your mouth, not mine.
Listen, so the fact that I don't work from 9 till 5 does not mean that I don't, because you be asleep and I be up till 1.
Yeah.
Editing this podcast, editing clips, making all look.
Work.
I'll be working.
Work.
How does that work for y'all? Because I know your schedules are not always the same, right?
Right. Correct. He's a night owl, so he.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not. So the way it works for us, and thank you, Garfield Brigance, is that I support my family throughout the week. So as much as she doesn't like me and the things that I don't do, she doesn't have to lift a hand in the morning. I make sure she's taken care of. And then I go and do whatever I have to do. You don't like me sometimes.
But I love you.
I love you too, baby. But I think for me, it's been like, regardless of my schedule, my dad gave me the expectation that I'm her biggest fan and her cheerleader, prepare and help and make sure she could do as little stuff that she possibly need. I have slacked as I gotten older, but
you're almost 40.
Huh?
You heard me. You almost 40.
He is.
I am
Getting
40.
old.
Yeah, bro. I'm not willing to wake up early in the morning as I used to, but I still make sure that I support her. So I think our schedules, and we try, and I think, Erica, to your point, also has been a family goal because we didn't want to be where we had to call people to take care of Kendall. So with me being a little bit more flexible, part-time jobs, gigging, doing nonprofit work, and being a CEO, I was like the go-to person for Kendall. And so for all of her elementary school days, she never had to worry about, who's going to pick up Kendall, who's going to get Kendall to gym, who's going to get Kendall to dance. I was able to step into that role. And then as she got older, my hope was I could transition out of a lot of those things. But regardless of what happens, it's just like, it's what's in the best interest of Kendall. And then once Kendall is taken care of, then it's what's in the best interest of us. My baby girl goes to sleep at 9 p.m. So
Me?
What?
Oh yeah.
She goes to sleep. She's like you, Josh. She goes to sleep.
No.
I go to sleep.
Erica goes to sleep.
Well, sometimes he falls asleep at like 7.
But I be up at 10.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not falling asleep. I just get a little nap.
Mm-hmm.
7 to 10, that's sleep.
No, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
That's 3 hours. That's sleep.
That's a nap. Okay. Don't take 30-minute naps. If I'm going to sleep, I'm going to sleep.
Yes.
Hours. Don't wake me up.
Yes.
I'm with you, Josh. That's a nap.
Even I agree. That's a nap. But you still asleep. And I'm still up doing things.
What you doing? You be in the room watching Madam Secretary.
Sometimes.
Bruh, she'll take a shower and then watch Madam Secretary. I wake up from my nap. Why you not asleep? Oh, I'm not sleepy yet. Your eyes is closed. You got take your glasses off.
No, but you catch me at the end of it because I got a whole 2 hours of doing stuff, and then you wake up and come in there, and that's when I'm kind of unwinding.
She'll be on Facebook scrolling for 2 hours while watching Madam Secretary. She don't be doing nothing.
No.
Listen.
Anyway.
No.
You ain't missing nothing on Facebook.
No.
They doing the same stuff they was doing last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's the videos. It's the videos. They get the videos.
No, it's TikTok.
TikTok.
Bruh.
Not addicted to TikTok yet.
You don't
do it.
save your life because it's a hole.
It is
like,
a hole.
It's crazy how the algorithm works. And then you know what? I'm scared to look at my algorithm now because me and Jocelyn were watching TikTok earlier today. She was like, "What are we gonna watch, Daddy?" Because I put her video, I put the recap video on TikTok, and so she was watching it. And then I switched to something else, and she was like, "What are we gonna watch?" And I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the things I watch got cussing. Then I was like, okay, let me type in toddlers of TikTok. And so she's like pointing at all. So I done watched a whole bunch of toddlers of TikTok videos. So now my algorithm probably didn't change. Well, moms and dads. But so Dalena, so whatever you start watching, it learns what you like to watch real quick. And so now you looking at 2 hours of stuff that you want to watch.
Yeah.
So
I try not
to stay away.
Crazy. I got a question before we get out of here because I know Josh will be trying to shut us down. Like, what are some?
We've been on here an hour.
I know, but it's been good. It's been real.
I'm not upset. I'm simply making a statement.
Anyway, what's your question?
My question is what are some Erica, what are some things that you're looking forward to just in marriage and for your family for the 2022?
For 2020. Oh. So we haven't traveled yet as a family of 4.
Ain't got no money.
Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to that. Also a little stressed about that because the little one is a bit crazy. In a good way. She's fun. But so I think there's a couple trips we want to take. that we've talked about. Why are you making that face?
What we talk about?
To the beach and then to California.
We never talked about going to California.
You brought it up.
I did not.
Anyway, there's a couple trips we would like to take. Also, like I mentioned at the beginning, my job switched a little bit. So that started in October. So now that I'm kind of getting into the groove of that, I'm excited to kind of iron out my time a little bit because my commitment before was a lot heavier. My commitment now is still heavy, just different. Why am I making that face? So I'm looking forward to being able to work through that and spend time with my family.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about you, Dalena?
I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to us making moves so we can get a house. Like that's our.
I know a good area for y'all to live in.
Our goal. 2022. Like I'm tired of apartment living, and so.
Y'all should move to Dane County.
Oh.
She said,
Well, that's where we live.
I couldn't get a job out there.
So you can, yeah, we got schools.
Really good schools.
Oh.
We got good schools. They pay well. You know, that's. I don't know what else you look for in a school. What do you?
I don't know. I'm not a teacher.
Those are two at the top of the list for sure.
Probably, you know, not a lot of violence, a lot of drugs, but that's every school.
Wherever you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, just depending on what side of the train tracks you're on, the type of drugs you got. You know what I'm saying? You might got the green kind, you might got the white kind, you might got.
Yeah.
And I don't even know the new kinds. Look, I was talking to somebody the other day. I was just like, do they still sell Nick bags? Nick sacks?
Oh, yeah.
No, they have gummies now where you can't even tell.
Mm-hmm.
And they're packaged like
gummy bears.
Like gummy bears or like in the actual packaging.
We got she got what did you get for Secret Santa or White Elephant gift?
Gummy bears.
It's a gummy bear
kit
with, but you just add alcohol to it. Ooh. And like that's what it says on the package. And like Jocelyn saw it and she's just like super excited to make gummy bears.
So excited.
Baby girl.
She's ready to turn up.
You can't have none of these gummy bears.
Mm-mm. What are y'all excited for? Looking forward to for 2022?
Yeah, man. Just honestly, this podcast, like my goal. I told you my goal, 417 videos in 2022. That's about it. Like that's about it. I mean, because when I think about like what excites me, like it's the goal setting. I'm gonna spend time with the family. We're gonna make. In my head, I'm gonna make time for the trips or to do things and things like that. So that's not like something I would say, quote unquote, like I'm excited for. For me, that's just the norm. You know what I mean? So like what I'm excited for is to hit this number. And I mean, we got a plan, and so I got a plan. But we're gonna hit it. I ain't told Kevin about the plan, so that's why he don't know what's going on.
There's a plan.
You know, and I support my brother with the plan because he's a genius at what he does.
Am I?
Yes, you are.
I don't know what I'm on. Look, I'm gonna just be real. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing it.
But you're
and we gonna see what happens.
But what you're doing is great. It's excellent. I think for me, I told Josh this. Like for me, I want to be a better communicator. I want to be a better podcast host, and I want to make sure that this podcast really excels because it's been a joy for me to have someone, my brother Josh, to talk to, and the guests that we have on, and just to see, like, even to see the comments of people from our clips that we post, and listening to the podcast. And as a lot of people know, I've stepped into a youth pastor position that's been really fulfilling in my life, something that we've been praying for and looking for. So really I'm really looking forward to really being solidified in that position and really working in that position while doing the podcast. And like you said, Josh, we're going to make the family trips happen. We're going to do all the other things. But now having worked for a long time to get to a place where we've been praying for and opportunities we've been praying for are starting to come through. And like she said, like really being focused on the shifts that we want in our lives. We're going on 14 years of marriage next year. So preparing for what 15 anniversary I could put together, do that thing up and 5, it's coming. But really just I'm looking for, I tell people, when you trust God, it's like a mustard seed of faith. But as you continue to grow, your faith is going to grow. And on every new level of faith, there's new challenges. And so I know that I'm on a new level. So I know there's going to be new challenges. And I'm just excited about it all together. Like, I can't wait to share with Dads on Purpose podcast, all of the great things that I've been able to do in the community again in 2022 and help young fathers and fathers be great dads.
I mean, it didn't have to be the podcast related, but I'm glad it is. So, that's
I got podcasts, I got career, and I got family.
And he said he wanted to be a better communicator. Dalena sitting there, she looking at him side eyes.
I did not. I'm agreeing.
Yeah, well, she's agreeing.
I'm going to support him.
Yeah, no, we talk about it. Like, I was on the platform, 2 Sundays ago, last Sunday?
No, that was last
Yeah,
Sunday.
and we were like, yeah, we need to work on that.
What do you mean platform?
At church. So, our stage we call a platform. And so I was doing our little oversight moment. And the problem that
Were you rambling?
No, the problem that I have as a communicator, especially in the worship experience, I get my heart, my passion. So some people, they get onto the platform and they work their way up. I get on the platform and I start.
Oh, you already there.
He has
Put your hands up for the Lord.
Yeah, he's way up here.
I'm up here. So and watch this. I'm always grateful when I talk about development, because when you're doing the right thing, the people around you will support you and encourage you. Mm-hmm. And so this week we're doing some recordings on campus, and my pastor and my creative director, pastor, were working with me, even knowing my goals and my dreams were working with me. So we gonna get it. 2022. Gonna have some dynamic hosting and speaking.
I love it. Right. I love it. Final thoughts, final words before we get out of here. What do you have to say for the people? Erica Ashford.
Happy New Year.
No, I meant advice. God, do you not listen to the show? Listen to somebody that is, to a young girl out there. Maybe she, she got a boo. She got a little boo thing. She got a bae. A little honey dip, whatever. And they've been dating.
Okay.
What would you say to her? Like about marriage, just like in preparation.
I like where Kevin kind of went earlier a little bit. No, you got to figure out who you are. Because one, if you don't know who you are, your spouse isn't going to be able to help you push you along and help you with that. And two, if you don't know who you are, you're just going to get lost in trying to do whatever your spouse wants or your significant other. So you got to know what you're about.
That's good.
Thanks.
Good job. Good work on being a communicator. Dalena.
Well, mine kind of goes with what Erica said. Know yourself. Love yourself first. Don't rush. And communicate.
It seems like there's a theme. Kevin Brigance.
Good story.
Listen. Before you decide, I had to think about what I was going to say. You know what? Love is the most enjoyable thing and the most pleasurable thing you can have in this world. But if you don't really truly learn to love, then you don't know how to love. And I think many of us have been hurt. Many of us have been mistreated. Many of us have been discouraged. And I think that we need to respark what love truly is and what love truly means. And so anyone listening on this podcast on New Year's Eve, going into the new year, no matter where you are in your life, no matter what situation is going on in your life, listen, learn how to love yourself. And if you don't know, and I don't care what age you at, the way somebody treats you and the way that they're treating you, you don't like it. That's not love. That's not love. Even even if they do it to you and then they turn around and say, I love you. If you don't like it, it's not love. And I think that once we really start embracing love and start giving love to ourselves, it's okay for you to love yourself. Love yourself so that you can love others and so that you can be loved. And it's hard for even me as a friend to love you if you don't love you.
Gang.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. You see what I did there? Anyways, my final thoughts for you guys as we close out this year. I was about to say this new year, but that's not right. As we close out 2021, Lord, close the door on this year. I would say to piggyback on Kev, which I usually don't like to piggyback off other people's top points, but I'm gonna do it here. Is love is a choice, and so whether you're loving someone else, whether you're loving yourself, whatever it is, like it is an active choice. And so if someone is not actively showing you that they love you, do they really love you? If you're not actively, showing yourself that you love yourself, the way that you self-talk to yourself, the way that you take care of yourself, the way that, do you really love yourself? And so I would say love is a choice, y'all. Just take that into 2022 with you and be great, be awesome. Subscribe to the podcast, like the podcast, share the podcast. We out of here. We see you on the side. Take care. God bless.